I'm Belinda Sandor, also known as Rocket Girl. In today's episode of the RocketGirl Show, we're going to talk about how a little math can change your entire virtual assistant business success. So I bet you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Like, how does math play into a successful virtual assistant business? And I think you're going to be surprised to hear how critical this is to your success. So let's jump right in, okay? All right, so how many of you have said this? I'm working all the time, but I can't seem to make any money. I have heard so many virtual assistants say this. They're at their desk all the time and they're just not making money and they don't know why. And if you don't know why you're not making money, that is a sure sign you're not doing the math, okay? Doing the math is really critical. So let's jump in even further, okay? The amount of money you make sits firmly on this equation right here. Hours, billable hours times rate equals revenue, okay? So hours are billable hours. Hours you're actually working on work that a client asks you to do, all right? It's not cleaning out your Dropbox. It's not setting up your email. It's not writing your email newsletter. It's none of that. It's the billable hours that your clients have asked you to do, all right? Now, your rate is how much you charge an hour. Your rate is how much you charge an hour. So if I bill 10 hours at $50 an hour, that's $500. That's how much money I'll earn, okay? Very important math. Now, I want to talk about how to choose your hourly rate because a lot of people get stuck here, okay? The first thing I want you to consider is your overall experience as a human being, okay? As a human being, not as a virtual assistant. Even if you're just starting out as a virtual assistant, you're not just starting out as a human. So I want you to think about that, okay? I want you to think about that. So your overall experience, volunteering at the school, volunteering at the church. Think about the skills that you have as a stay-at-home mom. So many skills, right? Now, I'm not talking about building ClickFunnels and marketing automation and all that stuff, but the majority of the work that I've done as a VA is common sense stuff that, clients need help with, or they have taught me what they need me to do. All right. So you don't need to be out there with all these highly technical skills. You don't need certifications. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing I want you to consider, like I just said, are your skills. And your skills can be everyday things or things that you've used in corporate or that you've used, any place in your life. So think about that. Now, if you're wondering where you can get an idea of what some of those skills are, go over to thevaconnection.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see I have a freebie all about all of the things you can do to make money as a VA. So go over there and sign up for that and download it. And I think it's like 16 pages organized by category. Okay. All right. And I see some people in the house. So hello, Lynn. Hello. Carolyn's here. And Carrie, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming, guys. Now, the other thing, and this is the biggest piece, your ability to figure things out. Your ability to figure things out. Clients usually lead with this sentence. Hey, Belinda, can you figure out how to? Can you figure out how to? And if you're willing to become a Google championship, search engine person, you can actually do this. You can figure things out for clients. The thing is that they don't want you to figure it out halfway and then come back to them with a million questions. They want you to go all the way and give them their options. All right. Yeah, I think at the beginning, Lynn says, I think at the beginning, it's hard to have as much billable hours as you want. It absolutely is, because you're just starting out and clients are coming a little here, a little there. So it takes a little time for it to build up, but that's actually good because, yes, she just said it takes time to build up your billable hours. And that's actually good because if you have too many new clients at once, you will drown. You'll absolutely drown. So that's kind of the universe's way of taking care of you, even though you might be feeling like, let's get this going, let's get this going. But before you know it, that will absolutely be the case. Okay. So let's not underestimate your ability to figure things out. Really important. Courage. Courage has a lot to do with it. What number can you say? What number can you say? And it took time it took building courage over time. When I first started out almost 12 years ago, I was billing $50 an hour. And it took a lot of courage for me to be able to say $50 an hour, right? And now I can easily say $90 an hour, $100 an hour. So it takes practice. It takes practice talking about it out loud. It also takes, it takes listening to yourself and not what's out on the internet, or your friends are telling you, and just being courageous to do that. That's a big deal as well. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the math again. All right. Let's look at the math again. So hours times rate equal revenue. Now, if you don't have all the billable hours you want, sit down at your desk for all the hours you want to have and focus on your business. What does your business need? Make yourself your first client. All right. So what does your business need? You want to have a website, you want to have a newsletter, you want to set up Calendly or Acuity. Do you want to have testimonials? Do you want to update your LinkedIn? Make a list of what's important and spend your days doing that. All right. And what will happen is you will attract people. I don't know how this happens, but you will attract people who want the things that you work on for your business. It happens every single time I learn a new skill. It's kind of scary. It's like, who's listening to what I'm doing, right? But it does happen for sure. So do this math, all right? Do this math, know what your number is. And here's the thing. This is the key element of the whole thing. You need to make sure you're working enough hours every week to hit your number, okay? So people say all the time, I need another client. Well, a client can equal 1 hour a month or 80 hours a month. So don't quantify how much money you're making by the number of clients you have. Really, the whole key is the number of billable hours. And how you know that is you open up something like Toggle, or I've heard of Clockify. There's a bunch of free apps out there that you can track your time. And every time you do billable work, put it into your tracker. Look at it during the day. How am I doing? Now, for me to hit $100,000 a year, I typically needed to bill between 35 and 37 hours a week. So I'm looking on Monday, how am I doing? Okay, you've billed 6 hours. Excellent. How is the week looking? What does my schedule look like? And I'm always calculating that, on Friday night or Friday afternoon, I have a choice. If I'm at 37 hours and everything can wait till Monday, let's go to the beach, and if I'm at 30 hours and I want to hit my number, sit back down, or maybe work a little on Saturday or Sunday, So that's the number I want you to keep track of. All right. Billable hours. That's what's going to take you over the finish line every single time. Okay. Thanks you guys for coming. This is awesome. And we're streaming all over the place. We're on YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn and all over Facebook. And if you haven't heard about my free online classroom, it's called the Virtual Assistant Connection. And you can find us on Facebook. We have 26,000 members and all kinds of free trainings just like this one. So don't miss out. It's the Virtual Assistant Connection. Just put that right at the top of Facebook, hit search, and come on in, and we will welcome you with open arms. So until next Thursday, have a great week. I'll be back right here next week at the same time for the Rocket Girl Show. Bye-bye for now.